Punk Revolution now! Hey everybody, today we are going to be reviewing Dogleg's new album, Melee, or Melee, however you would like to pronounce that. So, Dogleg. They are an emo band from Ann Arbor, Michigan. I love Ann Arbor, Michigan. I have family there, I visit there. It's a beautiful little part of Michigan. So, okay. I've seen this band around. I've seen their name around. I think I saw Floral Tattoo tweeting about them. They got some promising Midwest emo EPs out. They released a few years ago. So what the hell are they doing now? Their debut album, Melee. Let's take a look at the album cover and we shall see what they are doing. Well, this is a cute little album cover. Nice little painting. I like the colors they use. Is that a dog on the album cover? Or is that a fox? Because if it's a dog, that makes sense because the band's name is Dogleg. But if it's a fox, that also makes sense because one of the songs on this album is titled Fox. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that this is a fox on the cover. Cool stuff. Who cares what animal it is? Let's just talk about the music. So musically, first thing I noticed about this album is compared to their first two EPs, this is a little faster. More energy to it, while the first two EPs were just indulging and let's get emotional, let's make Midwest emo. This album, Melee, just seems like they're just kind of like, let's fucking just rip. Let's just play our hearts out. Play loud and fast. Play songs that are gonna fucking just make people want to just like, yeah! Sing along to, go crazy to, just get in the pit, having a blast. Punk Revolution now, let's go off. And that's a pretty interesting direction. And it does result in some super freaking catchy songs. But I want to say, though, these songs aren't catchy in your traditional verse, chorus way, okay? These songs, actually, a lot of them are pretty darn linear. The way they develop one section after another, kind of like growing and developing, and maybe there's like a lead guitar riff that's playing at the beginning of the song, that's kind of right in the middle of the mix, real catchy, but also has a little bit of a subtlety to it, that later in the song, maybe the lead vocalist will be singing that lead guitar part, and it's just kind of like, oh shit, that was a really clever thing to do compositionally. So I'm really impressed with the way they're able to make these albums catchy while also still having kind of like a little bit more creativity going on instead of like, oh, let's just make standard pop punk. No, there's a lot of creativity going on here. I wouldn't really say this is that much pop punk at all. I mean, I guess you could say, given that it's really catchy post-hardcore with like emo influence, you could almost say that they're like just like a tinge similar to My Chemical Romance, but that's like a real fucking stretch. That's a real stretch, but I will put it this way. Let me put it this way. It wouldn't surprise me if you see Dogleg playing in Hot Topic. That's all I'm going to say. But, no, more apt comparisons would probably be like, I don't know, like if Captain Jazz just decided to just kind of play a little bit more straight ahead, catchy punk. And the vocalist sometimes reminds me like a little bit of like Leatherface. Recommend you check out Leatherface's album Mush if you want like a really, really fun, catchy punk album. This album reminds me, Dogleg's album reminds me of this one just in the sense that they're both really tight, really catchy, really fun punk albums, really awesome compositions. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty darn cool. And also, the cherry on top is I love the way this album sounds. I think it's produced really well. The chords sound massive. The lead guitar sounds fantastic. The drums sound fantastic. Really massive sounding record, but it's also really fun and catchy and just, I don't know, folks, like, you can't go wrong with an album that just is really complete, just really, all the songs are really tightly written and just, it's like a lot of fun and just, bringing cool indie rock, emo, and post-hardcore influences, which I love. So, I'm giving this an 8.1 out of 10. Good stuff, folks. Go check it out. It's punk. It's emo. Ann Arbor, Michigan. Thank you for watching. Shout out to Ann Arbor, Michigan. Yeah! Punk Revolution now!